Welcome to the Crossfit Alioth Unleashed podcast, where we discuss health and fitness, business, mindset, and much more. With your host, Coach Lloyd. All right, here we are, the Alioth Unleashed podcast, and today we are indeed unleashing the one and only Tanner Shuck.
Hey, thank you very much for having me on here, Lloyd.
It's an absolute pleasure to have you on.
The pleasure is mine.
So, I just want to delve straight into basically knowing who Tanner Shuck is. So who is Tanner Shuck? Describe yourself.
I'll describe myself. I'll try to keep it short and sweet. So I'm a trainer, and I'm someone that's extremely passionate about health and fitness. I've been doing it for basically my entire working career, so over 10 years now. From the United States, ended up here in Dubai via competing in CrossFit in the Dubai Fitness Championship. Was fortunate enough to get a job coaching out here back in 2013, and then I just never left. And now I'm in a very good place in my life, very thankful as I'm a trainer and also an online coach as well. So very thankful to be doing what I'm doing.
For sure. So 10 years you've been here now?
Nearly 10 years. It'll be 10 years in November.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. I never would have thought I would have ended up staying out here so long. How
long was you supposed to be here for? Because I know a lot of people.
I think my first work contract was 1 year. And I mean, I figured, all right, you know what, Dubai, that's going to be a pretty cool opportunity. I'll never get a chance to live in Dubai again or see it again. So I took it. I was a young man. I think I was 25 or 26. And then you'd be surprised, Dubai kind of, you get trapped here in a good way. Yeah. I love living and working here in Dubai, so I feel very fortunate. But that's me in a nutshell, someone that's extremely passionate about health and fitness. And, I just want to make a positive impact on others through health and fitness.
I think that definitely comes across as well. If people have ever met you or even seen you in the gym, whether it's the old gyms that you used to work in, whether it's Metalize or CrossFit. Now Crossfit Alioth, that definitely comes across.
Thank you.
For sure.
Thank you. I'm someone that I think it's important to practice what you preach, and lead by example. And like I said, I'm extremely passionate about health, and I'm extremely passionate about fitness and being the best version of myself, and inspiring and helping others to be the best version of themselves as well. Yeah.
That's you describing yourself. How do you think your clients and other people that you know would describe you? Do you think they'd say the same? Or?
I hope they would. I think maybe they would describe me, as having maybe kind of a serious demeanor, or maybe someone that's, I don't know if intense is the right word I want to go for, but just someone that's passionate about fitness, and someone that's honest, genuine, and tells the truth, even though the truth might not be what people want to hear. It's someone that I want to be described as someone that tells the truth that people need to hear.
And that's exactly what you're doing now with your sort of online stuff, right? You're just basically telling people how it is, straight up.
Yes.
No bullshit, basically.
Yeah, I'm not really pulling any punches. I think it's important to live in reality, and to be honest with yourself. And so, if you want to get healthy, anyone can get healthy if they make that choice. Being healthy is a choice.
I do think at the minute, some people are a little bit fluffy, and people do need the hard truth sometimes, especially when it comes to trainers telling the clients, listen, this is what you need to do. Some coaches out there need to just tell the clients the hard truths, even if it upsets them.
Yes.
Just to take the action, because some at the minute can be a little bit fluffy.
I agree. And I mean, there's many different approaches that you can take, and, some coaches or trainers, they'll take, a different approach than me. But if it was me, if I was the client, I'd want to be told the truth, and I'd want to be told like it is.
For sure.
I don't need someone to hold my hand. I don't need someone to coddle me. I don't need someone to spoon feed me. I want someone to tell me the truth, and what it takes to be healthy, and what you need to do, and what kind of lifestyle you need to lead to be healthy. I'd much rather be told the truth rather than, spoon-fed lies.
Yeah, for sure. I did obviously work with you at the same gym.
Yes.
And I see a lot of you train your clients.
Right.
And I actually had the time yesterday to catch up with a couple of your clients without you knowing.
Oh, wow, okay.
And I asked them just a couple of questions,
Amazing.
Which is pretty cool.
That is cool.
So I'm just going to play this recording from my phone.
Oh dear.
And we'll go from there.
All right.
So this is just a little recording. Just me catching up with two of Tanner's clients yesterday. All right, guys. Just start off by saying who you are. What's your name?
Name is Phil.
Phil.
Hey, I'm Tom Walker.
And you guys have been training with Tanner for how long now?
I've been training with him for a year.
1 year?
Way too long.
Too long. Okay, how would you describe Tanner as a coach? I'll go with you first.
Very motivational.
Just a motivational coach.
Yeah, very much so. He always gets the most out of you.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You need that push, right?
You need it. Definitely.
And yourself?
Very intense and no BS.
BS for those that don't understand?
Bullshit. No bullshit. No talking.
And what about Tanner just generally as a person? Because I know there's like a lot of preconceived ideas about Tanner. If you hadn't met him as a person, you'd have these ideas before you even met him. You two that know him pretty well, how would you describe him as an actual person?
He's extremely tough on the outside, but very fluffy on the inside.
Yeah. And yourself?
No, very nice guy. He's. We meet him outside of the gym as well, so very nice guy in general.
Good man. Thanks, guys, for your time.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Lloyd, that's good.
Yeah,
That's,
I think it's sometimes good just to hear that from your clients, you know.
No, man, you caught me off guard with that.
Yeah, I thought
appreciate
I'd
it.
catch you out there.
You did, yes, they did.
But that's good. It was good to hear the two sides. Like one person saying, you know, like, you're so motivational, you take no BS, and then there's one guy saying, you know, you're a genuinely nice guy. You meet them outside of the gym, and I think that as a coach, especially now, it is good to have the balance of you can push them, you can tell them the truth. You can tell them things that they might not want to hear, but then on the other side of it, you know, you can go out and have lunch with them and be friendly with them. And I think that's just part of being a coach nowadays.
Agreed. Or just, I think it's a part of being a good person, you know. And I know there may be some preconceived notions about me, you know, if anyone that's consumed some of my content, but has actually never met me. But I'm genuinely I think I'm a very nice person. You know, it's extremely important to me to treat everyone, no matter who you are, with the utmost respect. And I am a nice person. I'm serious.
Yep.
You know, that's it. You know, I take health and fitness serious. I take my profession seriously, and not everyone may understand that, but I feel like maybe some people just aren't serious enough.
Yes.
And I just happen to be someone that's serious.
Super serious.
Yeah, super serious,
Yeah.
and I'm passionate about what I do, and I genuinely want to help people. And if people are going to come into the gym and train with me, it's really important to me they get a good workout and they get better and they get results.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you're giving 100% and you expect them to give 100% back, of course.
Absolutely, man. Just, you know, reciprocation's important.
Yeah. Just going back to them, like, you know, preconceived ideas. Unfortunately, people do judge nowadays.
For sure.
Before you even meet someone, you have these.
Yes.
You know, even before you meet someone and actually see them, you always imagine what they'd look like before you actually met them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So even if people would see you, they'd have these preconceived ideas of super serious. I mean, to look at you, you're obviously built, you're pretty jacked. You can come across pretty intimidating because you're so serious as well, and it goes kind of with the physical image.
Right.
You could be, you know, pretty hard to approach, I'd say, and just to maybe get to know. But obviously, once you get past that,
right,
and get to know, you know, have a conversation with you, like I did when I first come to the gym.
Right.
You know, you do soon realize that, you know, you have got a good heart and all you want is the best for your clients and people, and you have a lot of time for people like yourself now coming through this podcast, for example. Like, you know, you do have a lot of time for people, and I'm guessing a lot of people appreciate that as well as myself.
Well, thank you very much. And yeah, I never want to be described as someone that's unapproachable at all. Like, that's the last thing I would want.
Yeah.
And I want anyone and everyone to come talk to me. And I genuinely hope, like, I feel like a guest at CrossFit Alioth. Like, I feel like I treat myself like a guest there.
Yeah, for sure.
And I want everyone to, I feel like most people have seen me in there, and I genuinely want, you know, all the coaches and all the members and anyone that sees me to be able to approach me and want to approach me. Yeah, absolutely. Like, no,
You can tell them that now, by the way.
Yeah, no. If
you ever want to ask Tanner a question?
Yeah, if any members are listening to, you know, the Alioth Unleashed podcast, if you ever have any questions for me, or you just want to say hi, I would genuinely appreciate that, and I would love to speak to anyone and everyone.
For sure.
I've coached a couple classes too at Alioth, so
you have recently.
Yeah,
and
so
you know what? We've had so much good feedback. Obviously,
Yeah.
the same sort of comments. So Tanner's so serious, but so much good feedback with your coaching, mate. So
Thank
much.
you.
It's
Yeah.
just different. We all have different personalities at CrossFit Alioth, right?
Absolutely.
And yours is just obviously taking it to another level, which is
yeah,
great.
I appreciate that. I mean, I know James, they asked me to cover a couple classes, and I was happy to do that.
Yeah.
And, maybe that's something I can do again in the future. So we'll see.
What I do like, and what I've noticed, and what people have also told me in the gym, is that you do compliment people a lot. Like, even if, you're just around the gym, like coaching your own clients, you'll comment people, maybe, you've noticed that they've got stronger or they look a lot better. And I like that, man. Like,
Yeah.
you're not even part of the, you are part of the gym, but not really part of the coaching stuff as you will.
Exactly.
But you see members daily.
I do.
And you give them, that odd comment to say, I can tell you've got stronger, you look a lot better, you look more confident. And people come up to me and said, Tanner's giving me this compliment, and they've come up with a big smile on their face, and it's made the day.
Well,
I love that.
Man, I have the utmost respect for people if I see them in the gym consistently getting better. And if I've seen that person in there month after month, and I've seen them make noticeable improvement, I feel like you absolutely should recognize that and let them know, because people deserve to know that they're doing a good job.
Sure.
And like, I know it's not easy, and so I want to acknowledge that. I don't care who you are. If I know you or not, like, I definitely want people to understand like their hard work's paying off, and for them to continue doing what they're doing.
For sure. For myself, I do think that the general members, they might not know it, but the general members do inspire me a lot more than people such as ourselves. Like, when we're in the gym, we're in our natural comfort zone. We've been there a long time. We're comfortable in the gym. We want to go there. We like being there, right?
Absolutely.
Whereas just the general member, maybe, he's just come into CrossFit, maybe spent a few weeks there.
Yeah.
They're in an environment that they're not used to.
Exactly.
They're facing the fears, and they're coming to the gym and working out, not really knowing what they're doing. Like, people don't understand that actually inspires me more than like yourself doing something crazy in the gym.
Yeah,
Just a member getting like, facing the fears and doing a box jump and getting on that 30-inch box, man.
It's great.
It's crazy.
No, actually, I love it. I love it when I see, coaches teaching, new members foundations, and things like that.
Very important.
I love seeing that every time, because that is hard for that person. They're stepping way out of their comfort zone, because, you can go to any gym and train, but it takes... it takes more courage to step into a CrossFit gym, especially a gym like CrossFit Alioth that has very fit people everywhere, every day.
And a lot of them as well.
And
we have a lot of members. Like, we have one of the biggest gyms in the UAE.
Yeah, and definitely I'd say one of the strongest fitness communities, for a gym. And it takes a lot of courage for someone, an average person, to walk in to that gym from the street, never having done CrossFit before, to go in and do that. And so I recognize that. And again, you should commend people for doing that, because CrossFit's not easy. If you're going to go and do a CrossFit class, you're almost guaranteed to get an amazing workout, and especially that's the case at CrossFit Alioth, whereas you could go into any other gym here in the United Arab Emirates, and you could, just go there and waste 2 hours of your time and not really get anything productive done. Yeah. So it's absolutely an amazing thing if someone comes into the gym new, steps out of their comfort zone, and it could be life-changing for them, legitimately.
Let's step away from the gym. You obviously spend a lot of time in the gym. Everybody sees you there day to day inside the gym, training out for longer than an hour, right?
Yeah.
What do you do for fun apart from training outside the gym? Like, what are you doing outside the gym? Because that's when everyone else sees you.
That's true. And I wish I had a better answer to this.
You don't do much, do you?
Well, I right now, I spend a lot of time working. And I work for myself. And I do spend a lot of time in the gym, both training myself and other clients. And then usually when I'm not at the gym, I'm usually still working, whether, maybe I'm writing workouts for clients, creating content or thinking of content, speaking with clients, prepping food, sleeping. My life kind of revolves around work, honestly. But to spend, what I do for fun, I spend a lot of time with my friends, my closest friends, my girlfriend. I spend a lot of time with her, and I'm pretty particular about the people I spend time with, just because I think it's important to surround yourself with the right people, like-minded people.
Which is, I guess, why you spend a lot of time in the gym.
That's dude, I'd say like the people that I'm closest with are in the gym.
Yeah.
And that's important. I'm a big believer in that. But to do things for fun, man, I don't really go out much. It's just really not, I don't drink alcohol. I don't go out much. It's just not conducive for the my lifestyle and what my goals are. But, I enjoy, like, man, I'll watch TV, I'll hang out, I'll have some downtime when I can, I spend time with my girlfriend. I'd say probably my guilty pleasure is I enjoy watching heavy metal concerts on YouTube. I do that a lot. And just something else I do that's like maybe people probably would not guess is I enjoy putting together Legos. So I've sometimes I play with Legos. It's like a little like puzzle for me. Kind of gets my brain, distracted from work, and it's a nice distraction for me. So that's what I do.
Yeah. I mean, I could definitely relate to that. The minute I'm spending a lot of time colouring in, just like adult colouring books, mate, and it just, just before bed, like 20 minutes before bed, that just calms me down. My phone's away.
My mom and sister do that, and they swear by it, and they love it. And they actually left an adult coloring book for me for Christmas. So, and I have some colored pencils.
Get it out.
Yeah, no, I think I will. I got to finish this current Lego piece I'm on, and then I'll probably. It's one
of those things. Like once you start to color in something, you can't leave it halfway through.
And
it's so time consuming.
Yeah, it is.
A good piece could take you over an hour.
It is, but it's a really good mental break, I've found.
Yeah, definitely agree. So you just switch off.
Yeah, absolutely.
Before bed, it's very good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Agreed. When was the last time you took fitness outside the gym then? Because obviously you spend a lot of time training inside. Done anything recently, like been outside the gym? Done some rock climbing or something? Or
oh, man.
We went mountain biking the other day, and that was awesome.
That's good. So you actually use my fitness outside the gym. Man, I'm actually kind of embarrassed about this because I don't use my fitness as much as I should outside the gym because I'm so focused on my fitness inside the gym, especially now where I'm getting to a point where I'm hoping and trying to kind of compete competitively in CrossFit again. I'm
guessing that was the last time you took your fitness out of the gym. You kind of did a competition, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you consider that fitness outside the gym. So yeah, I competed at Turf Games in November with some other coaches from Alioth, and that was so much fun. So I guess that's considering out the gym. And then I guess the other day I went swimming in the ocean, snorkeling. And so that's a little bit physical. Sure. You got to swim a bit. So I do use my fitness outside the gym, but like my goal personally is I want to be as fit as I possibly can. And I've competed in CrossFit at a high level before as a young man, and now I'm not exactly young anymore, but I still have those same aspirations to compete. Yeah. So yeah, I spend a lot of time in the gym because I feel like I have to if I want to, achieve my goals.
Yeah, I think we can understand that.
Yeah.
Let's go back to what you do, like as a job.
Sure.
Because you told people that you work all the time. So like, what would you say that you do? Like, what's your job?
So if someone asks me what I do, I tell them I'm a trainer, and because I am. So I've coached CrossFit. I've coached thousands of hours of CrossFit. I coached CrossFit for 8 years, basically. And then I've kind of moved out of that a little bit. And so now I do some in-person training, but now I'm kind of moving more on, like kind of to online coaching and also building a following on social media. And so that consumes, I'd say, a lot of my time as well, as try to be a trainer, but also kind of a content creator. And my main focus right now is with content is actually trying to build a YouTube channel. That's my main goal focus right now. So I want to build a YouTube channel, but obviously I still make content every day, and I'm very active on Instagram as well. So I'd say first and foremost, I'm a trainer. Secondly, if someone wanted to say I have a job, it could be, I suppose, kind of a content creator, but awesome. I never would describe myself as a content creator or a social media influencer. I would just say trainer.
I mean, you wouldn't, but other people might.
They might, yeah. I mean,
we see that. You are creating content a lot.
Yeah, I've discovered you have to be pretty prolific with your content if you want people to take you seriously and if you want to grow. So, yeah, I treat it as a job. Cool. I do, for sure.
I know that you obviously have a brand. What's your brand?
My brand is True Strength.
True Strength.
Yeah, regrettably, Lloyd didn't tell me this podcast was being recorded today, but I'd be repping my brand on any other day. But this Pantera shirt will have to do for today.
We can put the little Instagram handle on the bottom.
Yeah, if they want. Yeah, but no, my brand's True Strength. Basically, that's my brand for fitness. I came out with it 5 years ago. It's crazy. It's kind of developed, watching it develop to kind of into what it is. Because, like a few years ago, it's just an idea in my head.
What is True Strength now then? So
True Strength, and I'll describe it for people. It's kind of two things. I thought True Strength is kind of cool because it's catchy, because my name's Tanner Shuck, TS. Tanner Shuck, True Strength, also TS. But True Strength, that's kind of my brand of training, I would describe. And basically it's combining, absolute strength, which is lifting barbells or heavy weights, with relative strength, which that's lifting your body weight, and mental strength, with that's just being able to, push yourself both physically and mentally to be just, a disciplined person in every way. So I describe true strength as, the best combination of absolute strength, relative strength, and mental strength.
Nice.
And that's like, if you watch any of my YouTube videos, I have a quick intro, and it kind of shows you what true strength embodies, or what it is to me, and what I want it to mean to other people as well.
Cool. Out of those three sort of strengths, what do you think people lack? Is it the physical stuff? Is it the mental stuff?
Mental strength, for sure. I mean,
and
mental
do you
strength.
sort of build it up just through the workouts? Or is there anything else that you offer through like your true strength programs?
So my brand is mainly, it's basically content. It's free, available content for people to consume. I do have training programs that people can subscribe to or buy. I have ebooks as well, a website and things like that. But true strength to me, or what I want it to mean to people, is legitimately becoming the best version of yourself through health and fitness by living a disciplined life.
Beautiful. So apart from disciplined, any sort of more core values that you'd associate with true strength? Just name a few.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'd say the core values of my brand are the same core values I have for myself, and that would just be humility, honesty, integrity, and intensity, if I'm being honest. Like, I'm an intense person, or I train quite vigorously with a lot of intensity, because that's what gives you the best results possible. The way I train, the way I coach, and the way I create content, sometimes it's maybe there's a bit of intensity to it. It's serious. So yeah, that's what true strength kind of embodies to me.
Awesome.
Great questions, man. These are good questions.
Yes. Is there a lot of podcasts, so I'll take it.
No, man, this is a great, you're doing a great job, man.
Obviously you've got a lot of online stuff now. I'm guessing that changed sort of around the COVID time, right? So you must have a lot of online subscribers too.
Yeah, what's strange is things with, I guess, social media or online really only kind of took off for me just recently. Kind of the end of 2022, the end of November on 2022. I've been working hard at social media for really since 2020. I've been working hard at it, just trying to be consistent with my content, trying to create better quality content, just trying to deliver a positive message to people in as many ways as I can that resonates also with people. But I'd say it didn't really, I didn't really start growing a lot until just 2 months ago.
Yeah.
And I don't understand social media. I don't understand the Instagram algorithm, the YouTube algorithm, or anything like that. I don't know what I did to get on the good side of it, because I've been working really hard for 2.5 years consistently. And, I had a modest following. It was good. It was around 35,000 followers on Instagram.
And now?
I think I'm just now over 150,000.
Yeah, that's mad.
Yeah, it's very strange. I don't understand. I don't know what happened. Again, it's just I woke up one day and some of my pieces of content, just went viral. Yeah. I don't know. Again, I'm very thankful it happened. I'm thankful that I've been able to reach, more people, because hopefully I can help more people. But social media is a very strange thing. Yeah. I just know that I want to harness the power of social media to help people. And so I'm quite intentional with how I use social media. It can definitely be a big waste of time, but it can also be extremely valuable if you put out, good quality content that actually helps people instead of, it distracts people.
I do think that happens a lot with people though, as long as, like you said, you've been consistently doing this hard work YouTube stuff since 2020. I think that does happen for a lot of people. As long as you're consistent and you keep putting stuff out 3, 4, 5 times a week, whatever it might be, there's going to be one day when everything just blows up.
It's kind of like you
reach because you've done the consistent stuff beforehand.
You just kind of reach a tipping point. And another thing, in which you and I were talking about earlier, it's just a matter of getting repetitions and practice and getting it out there. So if I went back and looked at my first ever YouTube video or one of my first ever Instagram reels and I compare it to what it is now, I kind of just shake my head. I mean, it's amazing to see how far I've come and how much better the quality of my content has become. But the only way I got better was with practice, you know, and consistent practice, man. Like, you know, I didn't just wake up one day with a social media following. It's like, it's been a long, hard process, long, hard journey.
For sure. When someone does sign up to like your True Strength program, is it like what did he get from you? Apart from obviously this program that they have for maybe 6-12 weeks, did he get to talk to you? Did he get to message you? Is it like a one-on-one hands-on approach? Or?
Again, very thankful you asked this question and you allow me to, I guess, plug my own program. But I almost always offer a 7-day free trial on most all my training programs. I mean, I have kind of you call it a more like a high ticket offer that's like custom coaching, which I don't do a lot of, but I do more, I'd say lower ticket, which is just training programs that anyone can subscribe to that's affordable for anyone you can try for free. You know, it just depends on, I guess, what level of access and how much coaching and direct contact you want with me. This is the same for all fitness trainers. You know, all trainers do this nowadays, but basically you get, I'd say for my most popular program, it's a strength and conditioning program. It's not CrossFit per se, but it's similar to CrossFit. It's just a basic strength and conditioning program. You get to try it. You get a training app. I also give everyone, you know, kind of a meal plan guide that helps kind of outline the basics of nutrition for them. And I help them out with, you know, calories and macros and things like that. And I also, I point them to my YouTube channel where they can watch a lot of my YouTube videos for free. And honestly, my YouTube videos, they'll teach people really everything they need to know. And it's all there on YouTube for free for them to learn at any time. So I'd say it's that. But like as far as the training program, if you're looking for a training program that's going to get you results and you don't mind working hard, that would be the best thing. And my training programs always revolve around the basics, you know, the basics, core tenets of just strength and conditioning.
The basics work, people.
Yes, they do.
To the basics.
The basics will always be the best.
For sure. So let's just go back to, again, this is your job, I know. It's this YouTube channel that you have on now, because I know previously it was more sort of Instagram. Now you're spending a lot of time and a lot of effort and maybe some money to actually build up your YouTube channel. How is that going? Like, you're getting a lot of people following you there. You got a lot of subscribers, got a lot of views on your video.
So YouTube is, in my opinion, that it's my preferred platform. It's my favorite platform because I feel like it's the best platform to make the biggest impact on people and to help people the most. And if you've studied social media at all, you'll notice that, like, I guess the most serious content creators are YouTubers. You know, they're not Instagrammers or TikTokers or anything like that. And YouTube, it's the hardest platform to I don't know, gain a following on, and I'm still working on it hard. I'm currently, I think, at around 85,000 subscribers. My goal is to, you know, my next goal is just to get to 100K, man.
Little steps.
Yeah, baby steps. That's, you know, that's
simple goals.
Yeah, that's the way it always will be. You know, it's just small, gradual steps. But my YouTube channel, that's my main focus, and I try to put out, you know, one like high quality, long form YouTube video. I try to do it once a week, but realistically it's probably like once every 10 to 14 days because I'm still working full time. I'm still training clients. And like, that's something that I just kind of squeeze in on the side. So YouTube, I really like that because I know that I can help the most people with that. Because if you think about it with like a platform like Instagram, I can make the best Instagram post, but like 5 days from now, everyone will have already forgotten about that. Instagram is an archived based platform. It values recency. Like, what did you post today? You know, and a lot of people don't think about that, you know? And so like, I've posted almost 2,000 times on Instagram, but I guarantee no one knows what I posted 7 days ago. No one knows what I posted last month. It's all about what you post today. Whereas if I make a really good YouTube video, which I've made numerous like good YouTube videos that I'm proud of, those are still getting views right now. And the views on those videos continually to grow. They continue to grow, and they'll be growing 5 years from now, because the way YouTube works, it's a search-based platform. And so if someone wants to know how to, you know, get stronger and, lose fat, they just type that into YouTube and my video will pop up.
Yeah.
So,
and there's going to be people searching that when we're older and frail.
Absolutely, man. Like,
for sure.
One thing about it, like, no one's going to know, anything about what I post on Instagram, but people, my YouTube videos, those will probably outlast my lifetime. So, it's, that's kind of my main focus.
Hence why you probably repost your Instagram videos as well. Like you've probably made a Instagram video weeks and weeks ago, months ago, and then obviously reposted it as well, which...
This is another thing that, if anyone wants to be a content creator or gain a following on social media, it's important to know, like, especially depending on your preferred platform, with Instagram specifically, that's where my largest following is. And that's probably the most popular social media platform, I'd say, for most people, or at least the people that I'm around. Only like 10% of your following will see any given post, and so you got to realize most of your followers don't see your post. They don't know what you posted, and so it's perfectly acceptable to repost an old post. If you've had a good post that's like you worked hard on, or it's very valuable, it delivers a good positive message, there's absolutely nothing wrong with reposting that, whatever, a month later, 2 months later, 3 months later. And I work hard at content, and it's legitimately super hard creating content, new high quality value containing content every day, but I do the best job I can. But if I have a good Instagram post, I'll repost it. I'll proudly repost it, because I know a lot of my followers, or most of my followers, didn't even see it the first time. So that's just something to keep in mind. If there's anyone that wants to build a following on social media, like, study social media, and you can learn a lot, and you'll get better at it. I'll put it that way. You just get better at it.
Maybe just watch some of Tanner's videos and learn a trick or two as well.
Yeah, or just ask me a question. Sure. Seriously.
What are you doing differently between Instagram and YouTube then?
So, well, if you look at social media now, especially the trends, I'd say probably within the past like 12 to 18 months, you'll realize TikTok changed a lot of things, with these new vertical form, short form videos. And so you noticed Instagram changed their algorithm, and then YouTube started doing YouTube Shorts.
Yes.
And so
that's in yours.
Yeah. And they're all essentially the same thing. A TikTok video, an Instagram reel, and a YouTube short is essentially the same thing.
Yeah.
It's all just a short form video that's done in a portrait format. That's portrait meaning 9:16. So it's like a tall, slender video. That's the dimensions of it. They're all the same, and that is what people are consuming the most nowadays. That's what's really popular with people. Yeah. So that's that's the trend that I've had to cater to. And so I'll use my same Instagram reel videos as my same YouTube short videos. Okay. They're all, it's like the content's content, and you just want to, if you want to build a following, you want to kind of diversify yourself, and you don't want to put yourself only on one platform. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. And I learned that the hard way, but either way. So I post a YouTube short video every day, and I post a Instagram reel video every day. They might be the same videos. I guarantee I'm posting the same videos on both platforms. Maybe not the same day, but I do that. But then also with YouTube, which is the reason I like it the most, is you can post long form videos, like long form being pretty much anything longer than 2 minutes. And you can post videos about any topic you want. You can learn anything you want on YouTube. It's the most amazing platform ever, in my opinion. And it's the second biggest search engine in the world, second only to Google.
Yeah, Google, yeah.
Yeah, and do you know who owns YouTube?
Go on.
Google, yeah. Yeah, so
makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. So YouTube's amazing because you can literally learn whatever you want. And I mean, my niche is fitness. There's a ton of, fitness YouTubers, but
so many.
No one, in my opinion, not a lot of them are great, or not a lot of them are delivering the information that I would want to see. And so that's kind of why I chose to focus more on YouTube, because I feel like I can deliver, a very positive and informative and value containing message on YouTube with long form videos.
You are doing that, but you've sort of done it in a clever way, right? Where you've sort of created this, I'd say, alter ego, like this other Tanner that people see, right?
Yeah. I didn't even think about that. Yeah,
for sure. It's like a serious but sarcastic sort of version of Tanner if he didn't train, right? So just explain to people how that come about, what this,
Sure. There's
obviously an idea that you've come up with and you've just gone along with. So there's sort of like a niche that you've hit there, because I don't see many people doing that. So
man, I I appreciate you bringing that up, Lloyd. I completely forgot about it. Yeah, so
You've not forgot about your alter ego,
well,
don't lie.
I mean, I wasn't even considering that, but yeah. So the reason I started doing these kind of alter ego, I call them skits, more or less, because they're extremely sarcastic, and I hope they're funny, but at the same time, I also hope they're educational.
They are. They definitely are.
Yeah. So
do it in a clever way, right?
Yeah. So the reason I started doing these skits is because the way I communicate, or the things that I think to myself in my head, a lot of times I couldn't say that to a person because it's quite blunt or honest, or, you know, perhaps vulgar. So instead of saying that to another person, I just say it to my alter ego, and I put it in a way where it kind of like hits people in the face, you know, it's like right in your face, and you're like, wow, I never would have thought of it like that. But, you know, there's definitely always going to be some kind of element of truth. And I just do it in a very funny, sarcastic way, but also a way that educates people and hopefully gets them to think about their choices, you know, their lifestyle and their health.
For sure. I think it's very clever because, like you said, it's blunt, it's honest, it's serious, that's sarcastic, but that's sort of you anyway.
Yeah.
That is you. You're blunt, you're honest, you're sarcastic, you know, you're serious as well. So it is just sort of like you, but you're just portraying a message in a different way.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think it's very clever. Like, even though you've created an alter ego, it's more or less just you, but just a different version.
Yeah, thanks. And I obviously, when you're doing social media, like, I want it to also kind of entertain people. Like, people are gonna get tired of me if I just posted videos every day to say, hey, work out and eat healthier, you know, and be disciplined. You can't make that every post. People are gonna get tired of seeing that. So you need to do it in a way where people are actually going to get paid more attention. Maybe you make them laugh, you know, and you provide value to them. So, yeah, the sarcastic skits, I still do those occasionally. I enjoy doing them because they make me laugh too. Like, I have fun, like, thinking of them. Yeah, like, I feel like, because I am a very serious guy, but I think I'm kind of balanced in a way where I can also be extremely sarcastic.
For sure.
So there's a. You know,
it's clever.
Thank you.
And it works well, obviously, because obviously you've gotten a lot more followers recently.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
I like to think of, like you just said, with your videos, you like to entertain people. And I think the same when we're coaching as well, especially when I'm coaching. I try and, there's three of them. I try and educate, inspire, and entertain. Yeah. And these are the three that's always stuck with me. I must have heard it on another podcast, but them three have definitely stuck with me. So when I do coach, whether it's an hour's class or an hour's with a one-on-one client, or for you, whether it's your online entertainment or your online videos, I just think inspire, entertain, and educate. You won't go wrong with what we're trying to do.
And that you took the words out of my mouth. You'll never go wrong if you do that. If you can educate, inspire, and entertain people, you're going to provide those people value, and they're going to enjoy your content or your coaching.
For sure.
And dude, they'll remember you, and you'll teach them. And I think that's the mark of someone that's a good coach, a good teacher, you know, a good entertainer, you know, absolutely.
I'll always remember those people, like, at school, the teachers that actually had time for me and actually taught me.
Absolutely.
And just had the time, you know.
I think,
they stick to, like, even now, like, I remember certain teachers.
Me too.
And I just want to be known, like, as a coach, if I just help that one person. Yeah. And they actually think of me, you know, maybe when I've left Dubai or in years to come. And you know what, look, this coach had a positive impact because he cared.
Absolutely.
And, you know, he taught me some stuff then.
Yeah.
Right?
And that's a incredibly mature, and that's a great way to look at it. It is. And like, I wish more coaches and trainers had that outlook and took that approach, because I think the world would be a better place. Like, you're making the world a better place by taking that approach, for sure.
Cool. So what's your future goal with your brand, with whether it's True Strength, for the YouTube, with your Instagram? Like, what do you see Tanner or your alter ego or True Strength becoming within, you know, it's crazy, let's say within the next 5 years? I know we can't really tell what's going to happen. If we look back past 5 years and looked at your first post to now, what do you see? Like, what are the goals? Like,
man, well, I'm saying this on a public platform. I'll choose my words.
No, you crack on.
Yeah. I legitimately, I want to reach and help and inspire as many people as possible. And I hope that, you know, things will continue in a positive direction. I think they will. I'm very certain they will, because I know that I'm going to work extremely hard and be incredibly consistent. So I don't know if I can put any like finite, put anything finite on it, but as long as I'd love to reach 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. That's, that's one little goal. My following on Instagram, I'm not really too concerned about that. It'll become what it becomes. I'm not really bothered. And again, to me, it's just all about providing as much value and helping people as much as possible. And I think if you take that approach with your content, if you take approach that's selfless and not selfish, you'll get to where you want to go. And I mean, we'll see what the future holds. But again, I mean, I'm very thankful to be where I am, and I look forward to, where I'm going, whatever that holds. All I know is I want to work incredibly hard and be incredibly consistent, and we'll see where things go.
Well, I'm guessing a lot of people are looking forward to seeing the next Tanner in 5 years, see if there's another alter ego.
Yeah, we'll see how things go, man. I'd like to, branch out more on YouTube and continue doing that. But I mean, also I'm taking my training very seriously, and
that's awesome.
I'd love to compete competitively again in CrossFit as a master. So, even if my content creation kind of takes a backseat to my own personal training goals, that's fine. I want to be the best version of myself, both physically, and professionally. Yeah.
That sort of rolls on to our next sort of thing we're going to talk about, and that's your training now. Obviously you give people a lot of information, education, a lot of training programs. What are you doing now in your training? Do you follow a program? Do you have a coach?
So I would say I definitely follow a program. I have had a coach in the past. Right now I'm my own coach per se. I've been training a long time, and I'm experienced with that. And I've trained enough to know that I can train intuitively. And so regarding my training right now, I'm kind of just getting back into it, physically. Like many people probably don't know, but I've had a very long history of injuries. I've had 16 orthopedic surgeries, and I've spent legitimately over 3 years of my life in a wheelchair or on crutches. I've had a lot of injuries. So I'm very thankful and very fortunate to my body's actually getting to a place where it's getting healthier again. And I'm able to do some things that I haven't been able to do in many years. Just, for instance, do squats, being able to jump, being able to run.
The basics. Like
I haven't been able to do those things for a long time because I've had so many injuries. So right now my goal is just to continue to get kind of stronger and fitter and condition my body and train intelligently to where I can just get as fit as I possibly can. Even when I was at my fittest, probably like 7 or 8 years ago, I trained myself. I didn't have a coach. I've always kind of done it intuitively, just learning through my own mistakes and my own training and seeing what works for me. And that's the approach that I take to my own training. Like most times I train by myself, but one of my favorite things to do is actually jump in with the Alioth coaches and hit a workout with you guys when I can, and hoping to do that more in the future. So my goal right now is actually to be fit and to kind of get back into fitter, to get more fit and, hopefully be fit enough to where I can go compete in CrossFit at the level that I would want to compete at and that I know I'm capable of competing at again. That's my goal right now. So I'm doing a lot of CrossFit, man. That's why I spend a lot of time in the gym.
Yeah, I've seen you doing the snatches again.
Yeah, I'm thankful. I haven't been able to do those for a long time, man. So I'm finally getting to a point where I can do them and hoping I can continue to progress.
Well, you've not lost it. You might have lost some certain weights, but you definitely not lost the technique. You never lose it, right? So
yeah, it's kind of like riding a bike.
Muscle memory.
Yeah, if you've done it enough, it kind of comes to you. So now it's just a matter of getting stronger and, hopefully my body holds up. So
you've obviously trained like more or less all your life.
I
heard that your dad started training you when you was like 5 years old. Tell us a bit more about that.
That's true.
5 years old, that's young.
Yeah, it is young, and I think incredibly fortunate to have had the upbringing I've had. And my father introduced training to me at a very, very young age. I think I was 5 when I learned how to do like a basic air squat. He gave me a broomstick handle and showed me how to do squats with it. I didn't actually start training, taking it seriously till I was, I think, 9 or 10 years old, and I still realize that's really young. But once I started playing American football, my dad made me start training for it. so I could, be, a better player. And I grew up playing sports my entire life, and I've just kind of never really stopped. So I grew up training, all through when I was a kid, through middle school, all through high school, all through college. And once I finished up college and realized that I wasn't going to be able to play football at a professional level, I then immediately transitioned into CrossFit, because I was like, all right, well, if I can't play football for a living, then I'm just going to work out for a living, and that's literally my mindset. That was my mindset, and that still is my mindset. So if I never wanted to get a real job, and not there's anything wrong with that. I just knew what I wanted to do, and I feel very fortunate to that. And to me, I love working out. I love working out more than anything.
Yeah.
I'm going to work out by myself with people. Doesn't matter the day of the week it is. I'm going to be in the gym working out, because that's something that I love doing. So
we are pretty fortunate to do what we do as a job.
Seriously.
I always think how lucky we are just to train people, train for a living, and actually earn not a bad living out of it.
Especially not here in Dubai.
Yeah. So lucky.
We are. And man, I think it's amazing that you're grateful, Lloyd, because I feel like a lot of people, they look past that, or they don't see that, or they're not thankful to be doing what they're doing, when
for sure,
to be doing what we're doing here in Dubai, it's a dream.
Yeah, I think just in general, if you love what you do as a job, and you're even in Dubai, then you are winning for sure.
You're definitely winning.
And if you're not going to the gym and you love what you do and you don't go to the gym, but you start going to the gym, you're winning even more. Just bear that in mind.
Yeah. Well said. Well said. Obviously, Lloyd and I were very, we're fitness enthusiasts. We love that. But I would say in general, if you can do something you enjoy, that's fitness
wise as well.
Yeah.
You don't have to go and do CrossFit. We love CrossFit, but you don't have to go and do CrossFit.
No.
If you love going to do some trampoline fitness and bounce on that trampoline for an hour, and you genuinely love it, and you burn calories, you get stronger legs from it, go ahead and go and bounce on that trampoline.
Dude, that's absolutely better than nothing. And I would say there's no right, the best training routine is the one you'll follow, and the one you enjoy, and the one you'll stick to. So yeah, man, that's really the most important thing for anyone.
So you've obviously trained hard from a young age, right? And you've been lifting, you've been doing the basics really well for a long time, which is very important. Yeah. When was it when you nearly soiled yourself during a squat? Because I've heard of this story just recently.
Oh, God. So
this must be a story and a half.
Yeah, this will be, I'll tell you the truth. So
Go on.
You put it very eloquently.
I did.
I've soiled myself actually.
You have done?
Numerous times doing squats.
Damn.
Recently, I'd say I did it as recently as last year.
Wow.
Yeah, it's not something I'm proud of. I've also done it deadlifting as well. I don't know what it is. I'd say anyone that's lifted a lot of weights and lifted very heavy, and they've done it for any serious amount of time, they're going to have some kind of experience at some point or another of soiling themselves, So yeah, I did it last year, and basically I took off my undershorts and kept working out.
Damn.
Yeah, so it happens, man. Yeah. It's something about when you're wearing a weight belt and you're bracing and you create a lot of intra-abdominal pressure, you kind of lose control of your bowels and soil yourself. So, man, it happens, man. That's all I can say.
I mean, to you, not to me.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't squat heavy enough.
Oh, maybe it just hasn't happened yet.
Not yet.
Yeah, not yet.
Was you training for anything specifically when you're doing them squats? You was obviously squatting heavy, right?
Yeah,
you must have been training specifically for
I
something.
was. So I remember I did it when I was playing college football, when we were doing a 1 rep max. I think I had around 500 pounds on the bar, and I was squatting super heavy, and I definitely soiled myself. And then I did it just last year when I was doing some deadlift specific training, and I was doing, safety bar squats with a fair amount of weight. And I had a belt on, and I was just standing up from the bottom of the squat, and I'm bracing. And then, like I said, so much intra-abdominal pressure, and you lose a bit of control of your bowels, and man, you soil yourself.
Let's move swiftly on.
Yeah, sorry. That's true.
So the move from your football days to CrossFit, we've obviously touched on this a little bit, how you want to get back to your level of CrossFit that you was previously, which I don't know if people know this, but Tanner, back in the day when CrossFit was sort of new to Dubai, they had this DFC weekly thing. Tanner was pretty much up there every weekend doing these workouts and earning decent money from it. Like I remember there was you, there was Miko, there was Phil, there was all the same sort of names every weekend. That transition from college football to CrossFit must have been pretty easy because they must complement each other a lot.
They did.
Hence why you must have been pretty good at CrossFit pretty quickly.
Yeah, that's very true. So yeah, once I finished up playing college football and I realized I couldn't take it any further, I just immediately knew that, all right, well, if I can't do this, I'm going to go, like I said, work out for a living. And CrossFit was kind of gaining popularity at that time. And my sole goal was just to be the fittest man in the world. And that's what really actually brought me to Dubai. Is at that time, the Dubai Fitness Championship was the second largest fitness competition in the world, second only to the CrossFit Games. It's still probably one of the top 3 or top 4 competitions in the world. But yeah, there was a time where like 3 or 4 guys, they were doing these weekly workouts with DFC as like kind of testing workouts, and they were giving away a fair amount of money, like 5,000 dirhams, for a single workout, and they would do that weekly. And so I was like, this is amazing. I can just go do a weekly workout, and obviously you had to work hard for it, and you're competing against other really fit guys, but I mean, I was literally getting paid to work out if I won, and it was great. And then obviously you had the Dubai Fitness Championship competition, which I competed in, and
you won that, right?
I did win that. Yeah. I placed 3rd in 2013, and then I placed 1st in 2014, and then I just kind of had many injuries after that. So, anyways, but so I've competed at a high level in fitness. I really enjoyed it, and unfortunately, it kind of ended, but it really didn't end on my own terms just because of injuries. And I'm still working hard to try to get back and to regain, a level of fitness that I would want to compete at. And I don't know if I'd ever compete at the open level again, because now I'm 35 years old. I mean, I'm not a young man anymore. But
you're not, but we do have masters category, right?
That's the thing.
You're in that masters category.
I'm in that. I'm in that masters category now. It's
clean bill of health
crazy
now.
to think. Yeah,
the open starts in like 30-something days. So
we'll see. I may decide to compete in the open.
We are going to drag Tanner in these weekly workouts that we have with all the members. Tanner's going to do all 3 workouts with the members every Saturday. Yes?
Get me on a public platform. I'm definitely going to consider it. I probably would. I'm definitely going to consider it for sure.
So, exercise is obviously a big thing for you. How important is it to you in life? Like, let's say we've got 5 most important things in life. Let's say you've got health, family, friends, time, money, fitness, right? Fitness obviously comes under that health.
Yeah.
Would it be the top for you? Because it's literally all you do is consume health and fitness, right?
Yeah, and that's a blessing and a curse, because that's what my mind thinks of all the time. For me personally, I'd say,
is there anything more important than your health, than you training?
Yeah, well, I'm just gonna put it
a good way to put it.
That is a good way to put it. I'm gonna put it like this: if you don't have your health, you really don't have anything else. Because if you're not healthy, it doesn't matter how much money you make. If you're not healthy, it doesn't matter. You can't spend time with your family. Correct. You can't be present. You can't be a good spouse. You can't be a good parent. That's why your health, and I think loving yourself and taking care of yourself should be probably the most important thing in your life, because it allows you to do everything else that you want to do in your life. So I'd say health for me is probably number 1 for sure.
Awesome.
And then most people would say family maybe is number 1, but I think for me personally, health would be number 1, and then family.
Yeah. Well, and then
if
you're not healthy, and
it doesn't matter. You can't.
Your life ends.
Yeah, you can't spend time or provide for your family.
So
exactly.
You got to look after yourself. Look after number 1. Love yourself.
Absolutely.
First before anything else. I totally agree.
Agreed. And I'd say the order of my priorities would definitely probably be my health. And then fitness falls very closely to that, because fitness is what I do for a living. Yeah, it is. But then family, friends, and and then everything else
for sure
kind of sorts itself out. Yeah. So I
mean, when it does come to your health and fitness, you're pretty motivated and disciplined. There's not a day that I don't see you training. Like if I'm in the gym, you're in the gym. You're working out hard pretty much every day when I see you. Yeah. You really rest. How do you keep that motivated and disciplined?
That's another good question. I do train a lot. I do rest now. I've learned I've literally have to rest, because if I want to be able to train at the intensity that I want to, you have to allow your body time to recover. However, usually most days, pretty much every single day, I will do something, like some kind of just moving of my body, whether that's a walk, an easy swim, something. But on the days that I'm not recovering, I'm training pretty hard because, man, you get out what you put in. I'm a big believer in that. And so I train intuitively. I listen to my body. Like sometimes I might train 8 or 9 days in a row. Sometimes I might train once and then I might rest 2 days because the training session may have had so much intensity in it and it'll fatigue me so much. I just know that I can't train, or it's almost counterproductive to train when you're not fully recovered. And again, this is for me and my goals. I would say in general, most people, they do not need to worry about overtraining. They need to worry way more about undertraining because most people, they don't even know or understand how to really, really push themselves. They may learn that, and hopefully they will learn that if they go into a CrossFit gym and you get you get a real dose of intensity, which is what that intensity, that's what makes you fit. And that's what delivers results. But for me, like I said, I've been doing it for a long time. And I train intuitively. I've learned after doing this for, 15 years that, how and when to train, when to push myself, when to rest.
Is it just like second nature now? So you don't get up, you don't have to motivate yourself to go to the gym, or you don't have to stay disciplined.
No.
Do you still have those days where you think, God, I cannot be bothered going to the gym? Or is it just you waking up now and just off you pop to the gym?
I'm glad you reminded me of that. So I look at, I think, exercising and working out differently than most people, and I never look at it as I have to go to the gym. I always look at it as I get to go to the gym. I don't have to work out, I get to work out because like I said, I've had so many injuries and I faced a lot of adversity, more adversity than most people, and it's made me realize I'm just thankful to be able to work out. I never look at working out as a chore or as an obligation. I look at it as a privilege because another thing that you should always remind yourself is there's people all over the world that are sick, dying, disabled, and they're literally not able to work out. They're maybe stuck in a wheelchair. They're bedridden. They have cancer. Those people would give anything in the world just to be able to work out.
Agreed.
Who am I to skip my workout just because I don't feel like it? That makes me just don't do that. You should don't be that kind of person. Don't skip your workout just because you don't feel like it. You got to remember, you don't have to do it. You get to do it.
I love that.
That's my mindset. That's something I feel very strongly about. So
I can tell. Good man. Let's go back to, you touched on it a minute ago, which is recovery. And you listen to your body, which is what I do as well. Like you said, there's no real train 3 days, one rest, train 3, one rest. I literally train. When a day comes, I feel like my body is battered or I'm a little bit more tired. I relax, have a forced rest day, or maybe it might be a little bit of a walk or a cycle. Then we go again.
That's training intuitively. And that's the way you should. There's no best optimal training schedule for people. You can't force feed or prescribe training schedules for humans. It doesn't work like that, but a very popular one would be to train Monday through Friday and rest Saturday, Sunday, or, train 3 days, rest 1 day, train 2 days, rest 1 day. That works on a 7-day or a weekly cycle. Your body doesn't know what day of the week it is. Your body doesn't care what day of the week it is or what time it is or anything like that. Your body only knows what stress or stimulus you provide it. So you just need to learn to listen to your body. And I'd say good indicators to rest for people are when you lose motivation, when you feel extremely sore or tired, and when the last thing you want to do is go to the gym, and that's only because you've trained really hard previously. If you just don't want to go to the gym because you're being a lazy person, then you should go to the gym.
That's knowing when to recover. What do you do to recover well? What are your go-tos? What's your most important thing to just recover well?
This is not
probably the basics, I know.
I sleep. I sleep as much as I can, and that's the best thing.
How often? Not often. How long would you usually sleep on average?
So what I do now, I don't set an alarm on my phone. I set a timer on my phone for usually 8 or 9 hours, and I don't get out of bed until that timer goes off. And I mean, I'm very fortunate that I have the flexibility in my schedule to do that, but that's how I optimize recovery. Like, you know, I look at these things from a very, I guess, evolutionary perspective. You know, humans weren't, I don't know, wearing, I don't know, gravity boots or these crazy recovery pants or doing all these crazy different recovery modalities 10,000 years ago. But humans were definitely sleeping 10,000 years ago. Sleep is the most important and best way to recover. Like, I wouldn't worry about going to take an ice bath if I'm not sleeping 8 hours a night. Does that make sense?
So true.
I wouldn't worry about foam rolling or using a massage gun on myself if I wasn't sleeping 8 hours a night. Like, if you do anything and you want to optimize your recovery, prioritize your sleep.
Yep.
After that, prioritize quality nutrition. And if you just legitimately prioritize sleep and eating the right high quality foods, you're going to find that you'll recover so much better rather than worrying about anything that's gimmicky, like, you know, red light therapy or an oxygen chamber or shooting yourself with a massage gun.
Again, it's pretty much similar to fitness, right? Just do the basics really well and you'll get far.
Absolutely.
How strict are you with your nutrition?
I wouldn't consider myself strict, but for most people, they'd consider it very strict. I'll put it that way. I look at food. I've developed a unique relationship with food, you know, that most people probably don't have, but I love what I eat. And the biggest difference between me and the foods that I eat versus other people and the foods they eat is the foods that I eat, I love, and they love me back. Whereas the foods that most other people eat, they're low quality processed foods and they make people unhealthy and sick, if that makes sense. Yeah. So I look at food, I eat mainly for purpose and I rarely eat for pleasure. I also look at it as humans, we're like any other animals on earth. We're literally animals. And so we should eat a species appropriate diet of real, whole, nutrient dense foods that we thrive on. Does that make sense? And if you look at it from this perspective, humans are the only animals, or animals that are domesticated by humans are the only animals that are obese. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You're never going to find an obese lion. You're never going to find an obese horse.
So true.
You won't find any other obese animals because all other animals eat for purpose. They eat to survive. Yes. They're not out eating for pleasure or entertainment. And that's how I look at food. And again, I'm extreme on that, but like I have extreme goals. And I also, not to sound like a pompous person, but eating healthy is a form of self-respect. And that's that, you know, self-respect is something that I take very seriously. So, man, I look at food just like, all right, well, I want to eat the highest quality food as I possibly can, and I'm going to eat as much of it as possible. And if I'm not hungry enough to eat a high quality meal, then I'm not hungry. That's the approach and outlook I have on food. And I try to preach that to people, and it does legitimately help people, you know, if they're willing to help themselves and adopt a new mindset on food.
I do like the purpose and pleasure sort of twist that you put on it. Like, you don't think that you can eat for purpose, but yet it be pleasurable at the same time.
But you absolutely can. I love the foods I eat.
Yeah,
and
right.
like if anyone that I guess has followed me, they know that I eat a very animal-based diet. I eat a lot of steak.
Yeah, and who doesn't love steak, right?
Yeah. I eat steak basically every night for dinner, every night. And I love it. I never get tired of it. And to me, that is enjoyable. And I also know that I'm giving myself the highest quality possible calories. You know, that's much better than, you know, having McDonald's or going to eat Subway. If that makes sense. Like, if you want to be the best version of yourself, you need to give yourself the best quality food. Yeah.
What do you think the main issue is with people trying to eat that food? Do you think it's people being lazy or lack of education on food, or what?
Those are both definitely two factors. Convenience. Yeah. Laziness.
Convenience, yeah, sure.
And lack of education. And most people are just so poorly conditioned on their mindset about food. Like, most people don't even realize that they have a relationship with food. They've never thought about their relationship with food. They just eat food because, it's food, and they're just conditioned, I'm going to eat that. But they never ask themselves, why am I eating this? Why am I eating this? Yeah. What is this food going to do for my body? Is this food going to hurt me, or is it helping me? Is it getting me closer or further away from my goals? Most people never even take the time to think that. And if they did and they started thinking about food you know, in that context, I guarantee they would build a much better and much healthier relationship with food. And like, I'm saying this with humility, but it's not a coincidence that I'm strong, lean, and jacked all the time. It's because of how I look at food and how I train. You know what I'm saying? Like another good saying that I don't know, I wouldn't say I came up with it, but you got to remember, you cannot out-exercise a bad diet, but you also can't out-diet no training. You know, so training drives your body composition, but your nutrition reveals your body composition. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So they go hand in hand.
For sure.
But quality food it's of the utmost importance.
Any educational videos on your YouTube or Instagram to do with food? People that might be struggling with.
Absolutely. I came out with these videos last year, so I have 4 videos that I can think of just off the top of my head. But the first one is how to lose 5 pounds of fat fast. That's probably the best video people can watch if they want to learn how to lose weight. And then I have the top 5 most anabolic foods, or basically the top 5 highest quality foods to eat. Then I have another video where like it's my favorite top 5 most anabolic meals, or the meals that I eat all the time that other people can learn how to eat. And then I have another one called the top 5 natty ways to get jacked. And that just gives you really 5 things you can do just to live a much healthier life. I mean, again, these videos are designed for YouTube and to get views, and you kind of have to have catchy titles as well as thumbnails for people to watch them. But those videos would teach people, in my opinion, pretty much everything you need to know about nutrition. For free. It's there on the internet, on YouTube. Go watch it for yourself. If you have any questions, reach out to me. But it'll answer so many questions, and it'll definitely help you to build a healthier relationship with food and understand what foods you need to prioritize in eating and what foods you need to stay away from.
Awesome. And do you just want to look and tell people how to find those videos and how to find you, how to contact you?
Absolutely. Thanks again, Lloyd. If you want to learn more about me, you can just go, probably best place to go would be my website, which is www.truestrength.co. Also, you can learn about me on Instagram. My handle's @Tanner_Shuck. And then my YouTube channel, you can just search Tanner Shuck on YouTube and my channel will pop up. But I'd say either my website or my YouTube channel are probably the best places to learn more about me. And then obviously Instagram as well. So yeah, if you want to learn more about me, or if I can help you guys out in any way, that's the best place to find me. And Lloyd, thank you very much for having me on the Alioth Unleashed podcast.
It's been an absolute
pleasure. It's been an honor.
Just one question. Obviously, we've established that you're pretty serious, sort of like nature of you when you're coaching, when you're doing your videos. I had a question come in, which was, I've had a few questions, but we don't have time to go over them because I know you're late for a certain physio appointment.
That's all right.
One interesting question that I got from Rebs, who you might know, who coaches at the gym now and again. She asked, can you see through soles with your stare? And for those that have actually been coached by Tanner, I've definitely noticed that he literally stares into your soles when he's talking to you.
Yeah. No, I can't see through people's souls, but there's a reason I have the demeanor, and there's a reason I stare at people, because I want people to understand that when they're in the gym, they're there to get better. You know, and awesome. It's, the gym's a good and great place, but first and foremost, please go there to get a good workout and take better care of yourself. And then if you want to socialize after that, socialize for sure. But just go there to get better. And I just want people to realize, like, they should take their health and their fitness seriously.
It's a perfect note to finish on, Tanner. Thank you for joining us.
It's been my pleasure, Lloyd. Thank you so much for having me on.
Thank you so much for your time, mate.
Thank you.
Thank you to our main podcast sponsor, Frio Sparkling Water, and a huge thanks to all you guys spending time watching and listening to our Unleashed podcast. Don't forget to hit follow, like, share, and subscribe to our channel.